Hey, it looks like we are live. Give everybody a few minutes to get notified and get here. Quay Marous Nickel took a plea deal today, and Mr. Harvey, well, his attorney Bruce Harvey, did a excellent job. He pled guilty to RICO, and then he had previously pled guilty to 2 drug offenses, and they used the drug offenses as basis for a criminal enterprise. But the state had an epic fail today. This is the way I view it. They had an epic fail because Nichols was charged with gang charges. He was charged with the murder of Chanel Drinks and a bunch of other charges. And today, as part of his plea, the murder charges were dropped, the gang charges were dropped, everything else but the RICO charge was all dropped. And I count that as a loss for the state. And so it's interesting, but some have said that Fannie Willis will count this as a win. And they're talking about a curative instruction and watch Justice Served. And I think his name is the guy on there is named Michael, said the jury should only be told that they should take no inference from why Mr. Nichols is no longer there, that he's been severed out, and that should be the end of it. But I look at it like this. Okay, Hilton is sneaky. I call her a sleaze because as part of this allocution, she tried to lump the murder charge and all these other charges, and she went through the whole case file, and that had absolutely zero to do with his plea. So do I think she's going to try and sleaze and sneak it in? Yes. But I think that in the end, Mr. Harvey did what was right for Mr. Nichols. Mr. Nichols is going to be 30 years old in a couple of days. He's got 3 kids. He's got a 13-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old daughter, and an 8-year-old son. And Mr. Harvey has been working with him, teaching him language skills, teaching him a new word every day. And so the deal is a 20-year sentence, but he only has to serve 7, 13 years probation. But he's getting credit for time served. Like, he's been in jail waiting these charges for like 30 something months. So according to the lead attorney, he will be eligible for parole in 9 months. So he just has to be good in jail for 9 months. But he's not going to be in jail. He'll be actually in prison where the living conditions are much better. He'll be treated better. And it's an all-around good deal for Mr. Nichols. I got kind of choked up because Mr. Harvey has put a lot of time into this young man, helping to rehabilitate him, and he got very choked up and started to cry when he told the judge about Mr. Nickel's background. Mr. Nickel's mom was killed in prison. His dad was shot to death by an Atlanta cop when Nichols was 4 years old. So he grew up without a mom and a dad, and different family members and friends tried to help raise him. And he comes across as a very smart individual, very polite, talking to the judge. It was yes, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Do you understand that? Yes, ma'am. And so this is a good deal for him. And that's something that another attorney on another stream said. We need to stop looking at what's good or bad for the case in chief and start looking at what's good or bad for the individual defendant, because the attorneys are required by law that if a plea offer is made, no matter how good or bad, they're required to tell their client about it, go over it with their client, give recommendations, and that's required. That's what Linda Kinney Bodden said on Justice Serve. She's the other half of Justice Serve. She said that if a plea offer is made, it is required that they must take the plea, no matter how good or bad, and go over it with their client. Now, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day, because tomorrow court is back in session, but no jury. So, and the judge has not yet ruled on Miss Westmoreland's motion for mistrial yet. And Carrington Matthews joined her mistrial, and Doug said that they all joined the mistrial. So this is going to be very interesting to see what actually transpires tomorrow. They said court at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll see what gets done tomorrow. It's very, very interesting how law cases ebb and flow, ebb and flow. There are rumors that a couple others are going to take pleas, but nobody has confirmed it. We won't know until we get to court tomorrow. Well, when I turn on court in the morning, whether it's going to be. Now, I think that there may be a plea deal. Let's see, because Carrington Matthews had initially joined for the mistrial, but nothing has been said about whether he has been offered a plea deal. Couple of rumors were going around that all of the defendants were offered plea deals. Some rejected them. And one of the things that people are missing here is that, okay, Jeffrey Williams is a rapper. He's a very well-known rapper. He cannot have a felony conviction on his record because he has a passport. He travels because of his business, and because a felony nullifies his passport, he can't travel out of the U.S. if he gets a felony conviction. And so I don't think he would take that kind of a plea deal. And rumors have said that Brian Steele said the only deal he would accept is time served, no felonies, and no special conditions. And so that's what's going on with that. Trial tomorrow, something cagey is going on. I can't put my finger on it because Judge Whitaker today, they did the plea agreement this morning, and then after the plea agreement was done, she said, "Court is adjourned. See you tomorrow at 9:00." So I don't know if there's other pleas that are going to be entered into tomorrow or not. Just very peculiar goings on right now in the trial. Very peculiar. All right, so that's what I got going on right now. We'll talk to you all later. Bye now. Yeah, Harvey is awesome. I will miss him in court. I will miss Westmoreland because she may be soft spoken, but her body language, when it was like 2 weeks ago now, Miss Love was going on with one of her word salads, and it was like 5 minutes long, and they panned the court, and Miss Westmoreland was there with her head in her hands, putting her hand in her lap and shaking her head like, no, no. So how is Bahia today? And what do you think will happen in court tomorrow? If you have any thoughts on it. You're the only one that's here right now, Bahia. Well, I'm going to end the stream. I will be on again tomorrow. Whenever they break for lunch is when I'll go on. Um, See you tomorrow, Bahira.